Yo, what's going on, gamers? Welcome to my review of Andor. So, Andor, I think, is phenomenal, high key. I think it is probably one of the best pieces of Star Wars media that we have gotten in a very long time. I think The Mandalorian, some episodes are like up there as well, but when it comes to like really consistent, just a good show throughout. I think Andor for sure takes like the cake, and let me tell you why. So first, I think that the characters for Andor is just good. They're just good characters. They're well written. I think that they all have time to be fleshed out. I feel. I feel very invested in them. It's a lot. The actual story for Andor is also a lot smaller in scale. I feel, and I think that kind of helps a bit because we've been like dealing with like, oh, the Skywalkers, this and that. And I think Andor tells a much smaller story. Yet at the same time, in a really clever way, it still finds a way to play a major part in the Star Wars like universe, because you see some like things that happen in the background. It's like not to talk about One Piece, but to talk about One Piece. It's like you follow this one group of characters, right? And like what they're doing, but in the background, things are unfolding in the galaxy, for example, in this case, the galaxy. So things are like happening. And I think that with Andor, you get that a lot. Like it's just this very focused story, but in the background, things are happening. And I think that's super cool. That is like one of the, in my opinion, like a really cool, because it does so much world building. And I think that like that type of world building is just really good. You have a very self-contained story that kind of just works while also like expanding the universe and maybe giving a bit more insight and kind of like seeing this one part of this larger universe. And I think Andor like really did nail that and did that phenomenally. I think that the 12 episodes that they had for the show, is it 12? I think it was 12. Whatever length the show was, I think they used it really well. I feel like with these Disney Plus shows recently, it's been like, oh, they drag on a bit. They have like these portions like She-Hulk. I felt that with a lot of the Marvel shows in general, I have felt that like maybe these don't have to be shows. They could have been movies. And like maybe they could have cut out some stuff and like really streamlined it a bit more. With Andor, I feel like they took those 12 episodes and I didn't ever feel a moment where I was really out of it. You know what I mean? Like I was like, ah, this is a little slow. We could this have to be here. I didn't really feel that. I felt that everything was interesting. I liked the performances, like the actor. I just liked everything about it, to be honest. I really did. It told an interesting story. And it's kind of divided into two parts, the actual story, and I think both of them are like pretty good. Like for the season, it's kind of divided into two major arcs type stuff. And I think they were both really, really well done and just good. It was just good. Honestly, it was just a good show. I also want to mention that I think the finale of Andor just kind of slaps in my opinion. I think it is like really good. It always had me like, I'm not gonna spoil, of course. No spoils. But it had me like very like excited, like in the moment, kind of still watching, still very interested. And the actual setting they had and the like the fucking the build up to it and just everything. The music especially, I haven't mentioned the music yet, but the music especially, it just all kind of like built up to this moment and it was just phenomenal. A lot of shows I feel like maybe they can like ruin the ending, Game of Thrones. But with this one, they just nailed it. It was really good. And I think for the first season, it was just really good. Yeah, it was good. I mentioned the plot, the music. The music slaps. I don't know what they did, but it almost felt like different to Star Wars at some points. I'm like, this isn't Star Wars, but it's still good. Like this was different. It felt different. I don't know like who made it. I haven't like looked into it, but they did good. I think they did a great job. I found the music like really good. I'd have to like find out like exactly who made it later on, but it was good. The music was good, the story was good, characters good. Overall, one of the better Disney Plus shows, and it's kind of surprising considering that Andor. I felt I wasn't very excited going into it. I was very like, it's Andor. Like I don't know Rogue One. I didn't hate Rogue One, but in case you don't know, it is kind of tied into Rogue One. I didn't remember what happened in Rogue One at all. Only like the major like the big plot basically of Rogue One. But apparently this is like tied into it with the same characters and stuff. I didn't know that going in, to be honest. I completely forgotten about that. But I learned that later on. So I think that's cool. I think that's cool as well. It kind of like fills in more of like that type of like the story and stuff. So yeah, I think that this show overall, for sure, I'd say this has to be an like, I think I think it, I want to give it. I want to say 10. I really do want to say 10, and I feel like maybe I'm giving it a bit more like leniency because it is Star Wars, and recently Star Wars has been kind of mid, with Boba Fett and, or should I say Mandalorian 2.5. Although to be fair, the Mandalorian episodes were like really good in Boba Fett. But yeah, like shows like Boba Fett and Bad Batch. I didn't like Bad Batch too much. I feel like the ending was a little, or like the like after the first two episodes I lost a lot of interest in it. I didn't hate it. And I never reviewed it on the actual channel, but I didn't like it too much. So I think overall just for Star Wars, a 10 out of 10. I'm gonna like grade it based off of the Star Wars kind of like mentality. And even then, that's a strong show. 10 out of 10. Overall, 10 out of 10. I'd say, like, over. I'm not going to give it, like, the little first Star Wars. I'm just going to say 10 out of 10. It's a really good show. Good story. Good characters. I liked it all around. It's up there. I had to see what I gave, House of the Dragon. Because if I gave House of the Dragon a lower score than this, that might be, I might be a little wrong. But yeah, I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10. I think that's about it for that. I think I don't know if I'm gonna do a spoiler section today. I might do a small spoiler section. I don't really have much to say about Andor, to be honest. Like the show is phenomenal, but I feel like I kind of just covered everything there in my non-spoiler section. I don't really have anything specifically to say, like spoiler wise. So I think I'll just do like a very light one here. Maybe talk about the finale specifically, because I think that was a really cool finale. So guys, thank you for watching. Sorry that this one's a bit late. It's kind of uploaded a bit after, Andor kind of released. So yeah, I will see you all later. Spoiler people. Yeah, you're still here. Hi. Okay, let's talk about spoilers. So we'll keep this one short because I don't have much to say. I think that the way that the show concluded, I'm gonna talk about maybe the prison break as well. I think let's talk about the prison break. The prison break fucking slap. I think that if you divide the show into the prison break and then the heist, prison break, the last episode. I think the prison break was so good. It was so it was such a good thing to see unfold. Kind of have the characters like try to escape. And I feel in a lot of shows, time skips I'm not really a fan of. I think time skips they're kind of like eh. I know like Game of Thrones recently, and sorry, House of the Dragon had one. One Piece has one. How about One Piece? I love One Piece. But I always felt like these time skips, they always felt a bit cheap. Like I don't know how I feel about them. Like obviously they like forward the plot to a different point, and they're not always bad. They always do like I've been satisfied with them generally, but they've always felt kind of iffy to me. With this one, we get like a small time skip, and I think it was actually pretty good. I didn't think that there was anything like bad with it. I actually liked this time skip. And I just mentioned that specifically because it's just like a thing that I kind of like don't like too much in shows. Like the time skip thing. Sometimes it feels lazy almost to have a time skip, but also it depends, of course, on like what's happening. But I liked it. I thought it was well done here. I thought for the story that I was trying to tell, it did it really well. The characters in the actual prison break, sorry, I've forgotten the names right now. I can only like remember their faces, but I think like they were all like really good. I like that people died too. Like they just got shot. Like in the heist, people died. In the actual prison break, people died. It was kind of sad, but you also see like this hope. Like there is this theme of hope throughout the entire show. Like it is all like super fucking grim. The Empire just came in. everyone's getting fucked over, but there's still like this underlying hope thing, you know, where it's like they still hope, they still holding on, they still go, and then towards the end, it all kind of builds up like this frustration and like this cockiness, this hubris that the Empire has allowed for like this rebellion to kind of form, like these little pockets of rebellion. And then it all kind of builds up to the 12th episode with the speech. The speech was phenomenal, by the way. That speech, I fucking loved it. It was such a good speech. And then the fact that like the brick, okay, the brick that was Cassian's mom just got used to fucking like smack the guy was fucking beautiful. I love that moment. That moment was phenomenal. Phenomenal moment. I fucking loved it. It was so good. And I liked it a lot. Um but yeah, I liked the ending. I liked how it kind of went. Cassian's character arc throughout. Like you see him like go from like this character that's a little selfish, maybe only cares about himself, kind of like has like this little thing of like maybe wanting to do the right thing but not quite getting the full push. Then a character like goes through some shit, they learn more about like the universe, and at the end you have like the ending of their arc where they become like they want to become a rebel, you know, they want to join the fight. um I just thought it was really good. I just thought like overall it was all really good, and I'm excited for season 2. I'm actually like hyped for it. I'm a little nervous, like with anything that's like Disney, recently, that they're gonna mess it up. But it was a really good. Did I ever give? I never gave a score. Anyway, I'll tell you the score afterwards. It'll be edited in, so you'll see the exact moment now when I realized, oh wait, I never scored the actual show. But yeah, I think that the ending just slapped. It was just phenomenal. TVH. Um. So yeah, I was saying something. I got distracted by not giving it the score. Um. So yeah, guys, thank you for watching. I'm gonna be heading out to go actually record another review. For what's it called? For Guardians of the Galaxy, the holiday special. I'm gonna be reviewing that after this. So thank you all for watching. Um, it's been real. It's been good. Have a good one. See you on the next one. Have a good one.